So I think I'm an all-encompassing human being. I basically live my life. I don't think I'm a life coach. I think I'm just a model or a mentor. Yeah, because I just live my life. I'm an open book. Like, people who come around me can see what I do, how I do, and they can emulate if it works for them. I don't have the energy to force anybody to be like me, and I don't just set out to start coaching people on how to live their lives, because it's life is based on personal decisions. So I started out as a stand-up comedian. I just knew that it was in me. I started from church drama then, so almost every lead role was falling on me. Abraham is me, Joshua is me, Moses is me, Jesus is me. Did I ask Jesus? I'm not sure I acted Jesus because I can't remember myself being nailed to the cross. So from there, then I saw that in interpreting these roles, people always end up laughing. Even when they're serious roles, I always have a word play, a witty saying, or a play on words, pun, something will just happen. And I said, okay, why must I restrict this to drama? I can just do it in my everyday life. And from there, comedy started working because I really loved rap so much growing up. I really loved rap. I just wanted to dish out bars, tell my stories, show them scars, build houses and buy them cars. I just wanted to flow, have bars all day, any day. But people were not demanding for bars like they were demanding for jokes. So, I mean, I had to answer to demand. Comedy started from there. If you're a comedian and people think you speak well, they'll give you events to host. And I became an event host. And of course, via that, I was exerting influence from certain people, and from fans to friends. People started coming around. I like what you do. I like how you do it. Can you mentor me? Can you tutor me on how to do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? Here we are. I just don't know how to press people's necks, and I think that makes it easy for people to come around me. Although eventually, when they begin to see the discipline part, it's always a bit hectic for them. So some people fall by the wayside, some people pull through. So pretty much, it's just me doing comedy and hosting events was, interwoven, and mentoring people just came the moment I found purpose, the moment I saw that my talent was a means, not an end. So mentoring came in the moment I started walking the path of purpose, because in life, you just have to carry people along. You were not born, you may have been born solo, but you were not born to journey solo through life. And if you have any measure of influence, positive or negative, you're a mentor, you're a model. So just choose. You are either productive or manipulative in life. I chose to be productive. Here we are. Everything rises and falls on the shoulder of leadership, and where there is no leader, people go astray. So it doesn't, like I said, you can either be manipulative or productive in life. If you want to be productive, you must be able to replicate your productivity. You can't do that without having other people who are looking up to you, bring them close to you. If you can't replicate your success, you have not succeeded. So I want to be able to look back in life that having dropped the mic, finally, I have people who took it up and are excelling. I just want people who I can also say, I don't do this anymore, but you can call this person. They will bill you, they are expensive, but they will deliver. I just want to be able to say that. And I discovered that as a comedian, you have comedians around you. A lot of comedians by default are loose. They seem uncultured, they seem disrespectful, just because they get carried away by the levity that comes with the job. So with a little mentorship, you discover that a lot of them are actually intelligent, forward-driven, purpose-driven people. So the transition that I went through inspired me to also help other people transit. That look, you crack jokes does not mean you should be a joker. Your life does not have to be a joke. You can be a serious-minded person and crack jokes. You can succeed by making people laugh and get paid without making a fool of yourself. Because at the end of the day, when people laugh, they either laugh at you or they laugh at your jokes. Always ensure they are laughing at your jokes, not at you. So ensure your life is not a joke, because you're funny, the bills are not funny. So I decided to just help people understand the basic precepts of life. You know, walk the walk, talk the talk, be an upstanding person. Because being a comedian might even put you in trouble instead of get you out of trouble. So know how to stay off trouble while doing comedy. And that was why I said, you know what. And of course, I didn't set out to say, hey, I want to start mentoring you. Listen, people just always approach me to say, please, please, and I can't say no. I'm a product of grace. Why should I be stingy with it? Pass it on. That's how you get refilled yourself. Wrong order of priorities. A lot of entertainers think if they blow first, they will not arrange every other thing. Once you blow, you cannot arrange anything again. And that's why we have a lot of famous people with scandals, either fraud, marital scandals, uh, violence. You have to culture yourself first before you begin to think of blowing. And that's, like I said, it's just like you see a food and you see raw meat inside, you will not be happy. That's how a lot of entertainers are. They are like raw meat on a menu. So it's unfortunate, but it happens a lot. So one of the major problems they have is wrong order of priority, then some lack of plan, then some lack of character. They think just talent will take them there. I funny die. If Alibaba hear me, Alibaba sef no go fit resist. You no go fit me. Just introduce me to Oke Bakassi. Let me crack 3 or 4 jokes for him. He will know that his own funny is not funny. Unfortunately, talent will showcase you, but character will make a case for you. It is when talent is like what sets you up. Character is what keeps you up or brings you down. So character is what helps you move from platforms to stages. Because at a glance, your talent may be convincing. But if you are talented and you have to swear for the group MD of Zenith Bank during event, it's going to cost you. So a lot of entertainers need to get their priorities right. Hone your skill, build yourself, identify your purpose, lay everything at the feet of the Almighty God, and you have a fantastic career. To have confidence on stage, first have it off stage. Be confident in yourself. How can you help that? Know what you want to say. First, know who you are. Know what you want to say. Know why you want to say it. Know how to say it. When you know these things, you will be sure that you are making sense. You are conveying message. Maybe not to everybody, but to most people in the audience. And with that, your stage fright should vamos. You may experience it like a bit of anxiety before you step on stage. But once you step on stage, own it. You know what you want to say makes sense. You have thought about it. You have rehearsed or you have practiced. Do you understand? Even when you want to go and crack joke and you are not going to memorize the joke, just be confident. I've done this before. I am funny. I'm here because I deserve it. So just go there and show off. Enjoy yourself. Anyone can learn to be a great performer if they have the intrinsic ability to perform. A gadget that does not have Bluetooth can never connect to Bluetooth. You must first have Bluetooth to connect to Bluetooth. If you don't have the gift of humor, they can't crack joke to you. They have to explain the joke to you, and you just understand the theory and say, oh, okay, but it doesn't make sense. Then don't say you want to become a stand-up comedian. It's not for you. Do you understand? There are people that they walk fine. They can sashay on the walkway, on the red carpet, but they cannot play football with those same feet. If it's not in your DNA, it's really not advisable to stress yourself to learn it. You are always going to be mechanical. You are always going to be, stiff. You must have a bit. It may be unrefined, it may be raw, but there must be a software that training will connect to in you. So you can train a raw person gifted in a field to become a maestro, to become a king. But that somebody does not know anything in that field, especially when it comes to intrinsic creative abilities. Do you understand? Humor is the peak of intelligence, so it's really more difficult. Music, you may not sing, you may learn to become a fantastic producer, arranger, but comedy, you still need to have that sense of humor to even think and write jokes for people, even if you cannot perform. So, comedy is a very dicey thing. Put everything in the hands of God. Make your mistakes, embrace them, don't repeat them, move forward. Let the past be the past, because the future is too big to accommodate with the past. The future needs all the space. So feel free, make your mistakes. Don't let me. I'm not going to bore with any motivational jargons like I don't do this, don't do this. Baba, you want mess up, mess up. You will clean it. Your matter go be like Jonah. They say go Nineveh, you say no. You order ride, they go Tarshish. The problem is when the ride drop you, now trek, you go trek, go Nineveh last. When you come up inside way. So they know they tell person, body will tell you. Burna Boy chapter 8, verse 12. Now body go tell you. So it's not let anybody use advice confuse you. Make your errors and learn. They learn early. If you know say age no dey your side, just get a mentor. The best thing you can do for yourself if you want to go into any field is get a mentor. And your mentor does not have to be a big name. That's what I tell people. Look for somebody who you love his lifestyle, you can approach and be close to, learn directly from, and then set a target to be better than them. Don't stay at their level. Look for somebody who wants you to grow too, because a lot of people they no be mentor, they be tormentor.